Hopefully now we have better. Oh, I apologize for this. This is just always such a issue. Man, I can't believe it. Okay, now we should have audio. Oh boy, wow. Thanks for putting it in there. Sorry about that. Uh, sorry about that. Golly, I did it again. I can't believe it. So everybody got audio on TikTok and not on. I'm just having awesome problems on with this stuff. So I apologize for that. Let's see. Micron has been the best stock of the week. Can we get some? Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about Micron before. Let's kind of look back at this MU, and I'll go through the slides again. I am so sorry about that with the audio. I didn't have the right mic switched, and that was a bad issue there. So let's go over to Micron and take a look and see kind of what's going on with Micron. So hopefully I can get that up. There we go. And this is Micron here. Very, very strong. And it went through earnings, great earnings. I do think this one is going higher. It's still in the buy zone. This is still buyable. So you might want to think about this one. It's looking good after ours 91. This is one of the few semis that I really, really like. Part of the reason is because right now the market is favoring stocks that, of course, have very, very good PEs, and this is definitely one of them. Micron has an excellent PE ratio for a semiconductor stock at 12. Very, very good. The cash flow is extremely strong, and they have a very good order book. You can see their orders are moving up 20% a quarter every quarter. That's excellent. Their profits, look at that. Their profits are terrific. Kind of want to go to the checklist here so we can see that. The earnings per share rating is over is in the very, very top of the market. Everything else is looking good. It's still possible to buy this right now. Let's look at the pattern rack to see, make sure that we're right there, and we are definitely. It's just 2% above the cup with handle buy point. This is absolutely buyable right now. So this is definitely one that you want to consider possibly as viable. So viable now. So this is definitely viable now. MU, you definitely should put this on your list because this one is good. It's on my list as so. Sky is viable. MU is viable as well. So I like both of these very, very well. So both excellent stocks. So sorry about that. I'm going to go through some of the slides here because I didn't have audio before, so I'm going to go back. And we did the confirmed uptrend, but I just want to show you this one this one stock that there we go. Okay, so all right, one more. There we go. Okay, so basically with bulls versus bears, and I want to go back through this again. Sorry about this that I'm going twice. The bullishness is going down, as you can see, and the bears are coming up. So when this happens, the last time this happened, sort of in a big time way, was back before the last crash. So I don't think we have a very, very strong uptrend. I wish I could say that we did. I've been doing good on my bear trades. I just want to show you the iron condor that I have in Disney. I talked about this before, but I didn't have the audio on. Just kind of wanted to show you. Disney moved up very, very nicely, but again, it's settling down. So it looks like we probably, if it goes straight or just up a little bit, we'll probably make all the money here. So I'm not going to close this trade. I'm going to keep this trade open, and that is on Disney. Now, if you want to see that, you probably need to get onto the Action Trade Alerts. I should be blasting these out on email, just a matter of time. I don't have all the time I'd like to do all these trades, but this one is looking good. I'm going to be holding this for the next few days. This is, of course, an iron condor on Disney. Just want to show my allocation again. I did cut back a little bit on Matador, and I have bulked up a little bit on Google. Both of those went down, so not the best thing. Of the stocks that I'm currently holding, the only one that went up today was Nutrien. Of course, that is in the sort of the farm sector. And by the way, Deere is viable as well now. So it seems like that's a general theme with the inflation, is that John Deere and Nutrien. Nutrien, of course, is a fertilizer company. Who would have thought that I would have had a fertilizer company? but it's up too, and that's definitely viable. Let's take a look at the Nutrien again. NTR, of course, is the symbol for Nutrien, and I'm going to go over here to the weekly charts for Nutrien. But take a look at this one, and it's got a blue dot, and it's base on base action, very, very good. This one I bought basically on Monday. On Monday, we bought this one. This is basically going to have earnings in 8 days. I don't know if I'm going to be up 10% on this one. I hope I will be. I may have to close this one and then reopen the trade. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but right now this one's looking good. Sales are moving very nicely, and I do think the sales are going to be very good on this. Also, you have increasing numbers of funds that are in this one. So Nutrien is definitely one that is doing well. And it's the only one that I had today that was up in price. Apple was down a little bit as well. It kind of took it on the chin there a little bit. Let's look at Apple. AAPL, of course, is the symbol for Apple. And this is the most valuable stock right now in the stock market. And one of the reasons, though, I am so bullish on Google is because I do think that Google, when it splits its stock, could challenge, potentially challenge Apple for the crown. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm hoping it will. Anyways, we do have a full. I did buy a full position here. I haven't been stopped out of it yet. Basically, my stop loss is at 169. It's at 172, so we're $3 above that. Not a lot. I bought in basically at 175. I'm just hoping this thing will move a little bit higher and I won't get stopped out. My stop is pretty much right down here where you can see this line as well. So my stop on this one is basically at 160.65. So that's kind of where the stop is right now for the stock there. Just wanted to show you the stock of the day now that I have my audio back, and that's Palo Alto Networks, and it's looking very good, but I don't own it. I'm looking possibly to do a spread trade on this one because I do think it has reversed and it is moving higher. Let's take a look at the chart for Palo Alto Networks. As you can see, we have sort of, this is sort of a reversal line that I'm going to draw here, taking the tops into account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert on that reversal line, and I'm going to put a note that this is a reversal. There is a reversal line on Palo Alto Network. So if it falls below that, of course, I don't want to say it, but it does look like it's making a trend reversal here. That's what the reversal line is for. It was in this downward trend, and then it does look like we made a move to the upside and it has broken through that trend line, noting that this is starting a new upward trend. I hope I'm right on this one. Let's take a look at the checklist on it. Very good checklist. Not quite as good, of course, as Nutrien or even Hess, but very good. And we have some good action here. 78 checklist. I like to see an 89 checklist or a 100, but still very, very strong. So I'm going to look. I probably won't buy the shares on this one. Based on that, I may be looking to do a spread trade, which will kind of be a better use, I think, of capital, at least for right now. So also, I wanted to put out here that we do have this great list of, we do have a list of our ready list that I think you definitely want to take a look at. Palo Alto Networks, of course, is on that. This kind of gives you an idea of the list. I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on this to see if we can do that. I don't know if that's going to let me. Probably not. But anyways, if you can see this, Palo Alto Networks is definitely on the list. Another one, the Deere, of course, this is on the list. If you want to see this list, super easy to do. Just go over to this address, http://bit.ly/DTF0079, and you'll be able to get a link directly to that list. So, thank you for, let's see, is my audio on? Let's make sure that I have my audio. I just have all kinds of issues related to that. So let's see if my audio is still good. Yes, it is. Great. Okay. I'm going with the audio that I have. So there we go. So hopefully we're back. And now, thank you for being so patient. So appreciate it. Let's take the next question. Oops. All right. Let's see. What happened to Uber today? Is it a good stock to buy for the long term? Well, the problem with a lot of these stocks, the market has changed a lot, just in a very short period of time, really, and the market just isn't rewarding stocks as much as it was. The growth stocks as much as it was. But let's look at Uber. URBR, of course, is the symbol for that. Well, if you can get it right, URB. UBER. I think that's right. Is that right? Yeah, Uber Technologies. Super. All right. So this is the chart of Uber. Now we did have this movement up and then movement down. They had good earnings, but unfortunately the trend on this chart is downward. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's definitely downward, as you can see. We've just continued to move downward. We're still under that 200-day line. Is this a good long-term buy? I wouldn't be buying this one. I'll be honest with you. On the technicals, just not looking good. It's below the 200-day line, below the 50-day line, 21. It's a little bit above the 10-day line, but it has pulled back even from that. So would I be a buyer of this? No. It doesn't have a good enough checklist. The checklist is 56 on this one. So boy, I just wouldn't be in Uber. So I would have to be just very Uber is not a buy. So I wouldn't be buying this one. I wouldn't be buying Uber. So Uber is not a buy. It just really isn't. Oops. There we go. Sometimes I get these things wrong, but Uber just really isn't a buy here, and I just think you can't. I just think that you can't really be in it. It's just it's just not a buy, and so you really have to be careful. All right, you're muted. Unfortunately, you were right. Am I muted now? Let's check to make sure I'm not muted still. I guess I'm back. Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's look at CFLT. CFLT, great. Let's look at C. And look at that. Confluent Class A. Wow, this is a very volatile stock. Don't know a lot about this one. It's in the computer software database area, which is not doing very well. It's 117 out of 197. Making it in the bottom 20% of all stocks right now. Not a buyer for me. It's got earnings. It looks like it came. Let's see what happened. Yeah, it's got a 67 checklist. This is my minimum. I could buy this potentially at 67. It's above all of the major indexes, so that's looking good. But would I buy this thing? No, I would watch list this one. So even though it does kind of look good, I would be careful on this one. I just don't like it enough to buy it. So I would have to say, for me anyways, CFLT is a watch list. I wouldn't be a buyer of this one, but I definitely would watch it because it it is looking, goodness gracious. It's basically a watch list stock for this one. So that's kind of how I would look at it. Let's see if we can get a question from TikTok. Thank you for holding on. I've been no audio on YouTube. Thank you for putting that out there. I apologize. On the charts, if you're looking for the charts, you need to go to this address, and that will give you the chart. That will give you the charts on YouTube. I can't broadcast them, unfortunately, on TikTok. I would love to be able to do that, but no. But I really appreciate saying no audio on YouTube. I do appreciate that. No audio. Gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Your URL link doesn't work. Really? Is that true? Oh my God. I have all kinds of problems. Let's see if we can get the correct YouTube link. and that's bit.ly. And see if I can get a link from that. All right. Oh, of course, that's not working either. My goodness. All right. So I'm sorry about that. You can get to the link by going to my profile and then clicking on the link. That should work, hopefully. Again, I don't have the ability to put out stuff on YouTube. But if you need to get that, super easy. Just go to the my profile, click on the link, and you should be able to see that. And I should have that up for everybody as well. So, what do you think of CC? All right, let's look at CC. The CC, what CC is. And that is the Chambers Company, manufactures performance chemicals. Okay, chemicals I like right now, and it's doing very well against the Nasdaq. That's definitely for sure here, and it's above all the major industries. Well, this is looking good. This is a good company. Yeah, I definitely like this one. Checklist is strong. Pattern rec on this one. It is. It's a little bit extended. So here's my thing with this with Chambers Company. Right now, it's a good stock, and but it is extended. So basically, you can't really buy it here. You've got to you've got to wait a little bit. But CC is an excellent stock, but it is extended. So that's the only major thing about CC that I don't like. It's extended, and the problem with it being extended is that if you buy it here, there's a high likelihood that it will pull back. The proper buy point, 29.39. So can you buy it here? Well, you could have bought it as a reversal, but it's reversed above that. So I just think you really have to be. It's a good stock, but you really can't buy it here. It's extended, so you don't want to buy any but more than about 5% above the pivot. So that's kind of the where you want to buy it. So right now, I don't think you can buy it. It is extended. All right, let's take a look at some of the other questions here. I have no audio. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. All right, let's take a look. Thanks. I have a question. A lot of the stocks you said are not a buy. We found out later that they're later on they go up. Why is that? Well, I totally can't predict the future, but I am looking at the only reason I say they're not a buy is because you want to buy as close to the pivot as you possibly can, and that's what I'm talking about here, the buy point. So that's the reason. It's not enough just to be in the right stock. It's to be in the right stock at the right time. And using the can slim method, I look at the pivots, and then it has to be within 5% typically of the pivot. That's where you want to buy it. So that's a very good question, actually. And I could go into it for many hours. Thoughts about NUE? Let's look at NUE. And that is Nucor Steel. Also very good, very good company, coming off of a double bottom. And are we at a pivot? Well, the pivot is 126.67. So we're a bit below that right now. You could probably buy that as an early buy. This area, though, is not doing all that well. Steel producers are down 140. It's in the group. So the steel producers in general are down. Would I buy this one? Well, I probably wouldn't. Even though it does have a 100% checklist. I mean, you could buy this one. It is below the pivot, and it is a strong stock. It has a 100% checklist. Would I buy this one? Not so sure if I would buy this one. But Nucor will benefit from inflation. So I'm really out on the fence about this one. Really out on the fence about it. I did read the comments. I am so sorry about that, the audio. And so hopefully we're back with the audio. Sorry, I'm getting some new equipment tomorrow, and hopefully this will end. I have an old Mac Pro, and unfortunately, it's at the end of its life cycle, and I don't quite do everything right. So I apologize for that as well. All right, let's look at some of the other questions on. Let's do MU because this one is excellent. I am looking to possibly do a spread on this one. And let's see. All right. MU, Micron. Okay. And this one is viable, by the way. Micron is viable. So I want to kind of get the biggest picture I can there. The buy point on for Micron is 89.05. Currently, it's at 91, so we're just slightly above the pivot. We're right in the buy zone. We're coming off the bottom. This is not a bad place to buy Micron, by the way. This is definitely actionable. 100% on the checklist. The technicals also look extremely good. We're correct on everything above the 250, 21, and 10. So this is looking very, very good. So right now, the ones that I'm looking at for right now, Micron is a buy. It's really probably along with probably Sky is probably my best of the two. So, Micron, MU is a buy now. So Micron is definitely a buy right now. It's at a good look. It's good. It's at a very good position. I mean, you can absolutely buy this right now. The buy point on Micron. So Micron buy point is equal to 89.05. So that is an excellent place to be buying it. Right? There we go. So buy point on Micron is 89.05. We're currently at 91.03, so we're definitely within. We're definitely within the 5% buy range. So we're definitely within that 5% buy range. So this is actionable right now for MU. So that's the thing. We're the buy point, the buy range is the buy point, which is 89.05, up 5%, and we're right in there at this location. This has a 100% checklist. That's another thing right now is MU has a 100% checklist. So it's about this is about as close to a buying recommendation as I can make right now. It would be MU's. MU is looking very good. The other one that I really, really like right now, believe it or not, is Skyline, and it's SKY is the symbol on that one, SKY, and I want to show you that one as well. So that is also buyable, I believe. It's not quite at the pivot. It's a little bit below the pivot, but it is definitely there. I want to kind of show you we are in terms of the checklist on Skyline. This is another one that I like a lot. Not quite as much as Micron. It's got 100% on the checklist, and so this one is in a viable position. The pattern recognition on this one, we are below the pivot 5%. This is an early entry, so with Skyline, you could definitely, this is where you want to start looking at possibly moving into it. But of the two, the one I like the best, of course, is Micron. So that's the one that I really, really like the best. Again, if you want to get the free list for, and this is the list that I've been talking about, Micron's on it, Skyline's on it, a lot of other ones, Hess is on it. These are all top-rated stocks. And by the way, the ones that are highlighted in green on this list, when you'll see it when you download it, those are ones that are in the buy zone right now. and you can get that. You should be able to get that by going to DTF 0079. Let me make sure that's right. But anyways, if not, just go to my profile or www.Dallas Trading Floor, and there's a link there as well. I think that one works. Hopefully it works as well. But that's at www.DallasTradingFloor.com. Well, I'm sorry about the audio. Hopefully my new equipment will arrive tomorrow, and we will have a better show hopefully tomorrow if it gets here before the show time, and I can set it up, because this is old equipment that I'm using, and I'm going to be doing a refresh on that. But be that as it may, I will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock, everybody. And it really helps. Actually, maybe I can hire somebody here. I have an intern, but for some reason it doesn't work out as well as I'd like. I'm going to try to, to get a little bit better on the technical. But until then, if you could, and this is really, really important, this helps us do it, is to like this, because if you like this, it gets it out to more people and everyone talks about that. So I'm going to appreciate it if you're doing that. Do that. Till tomorrow at 4 o'clock, have everybody happy trading, and stay safe. I do think that, the market is just really tough to play. We're going to try to put out some spread trades here. If you're on the action trade alerts, of course, that's www.DallasTradingFloor to get on that. So I'll be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Happy trading.